Here's the AP straight up tweeting about brave Nazis. They say bravery of Azovstal, meaning Azov Battalion, Azovstal defenders recalled at Kiev funeral. And then the image is legit a bunch of guys in fatigues carrying a coffin with the fucking Nazi emblem on it. It's not even like hidden. This shit is not in. It's not like it had a painting of a unicorn on the coffin. It's not a fucking leprechaun. It's a goddamn Nazi symbol across the coffin of this fucking funeral in Ukraine. The bravery of these fine Nazis. Some of the finest Nazis I have ever known. I mean, this is just fucking disgusting. And this is what you get when the Western world, the US, the UK, Europe, NATO, is all funding and arming Nazis. And this does not mean I'm for the Russian invasion. I'm both against the Russian invasion and I'm against the US proxy war. I'm against it all because I'm against war. I'm anti-war. But those of you who are endorsing this, you might want to reconsider, because there's it's goddamn close to a swastika on their fucking coffins. Here's one of the responses. Hey, AP, that's a nice picture. Correct me if I'm wrong, but referring to Azov members as Nazis was Russian propaganda, right? Then why is there a Nazi SS symbol on the casket? Legit. And then it shows the different emblems, which, one of them is the emblem of the neo-Nazi military unit, the Azov Battalion. Another one is the emblem of the Nazi SS military unit, Second World War. And by the way, those two emblems are almost identical. There's essentially no difference between the Azov Battalion and the Nazi SS military unit in the Second World War. And then there's the Nazis' Black Sun symbol that is also used by these people and is not that different from a swastika in many ways. Really not that tough to understand. Really not a hard thing to nail down. It's not like, because these other ones, like when we point out that al-Nusra or something, that the U.S., is funding and arming al-Nusra, and we gotta tell people, hey, you know what al-Nusra is? It's an al-Qaeda affiliate. It's basically, it's part of al-Qaeda that splintered off and is now an affiliate. So when you say you're funding and arming al-Nusra, which the U.S. Army and the CIA have done, then you're funding and arming al-Qaeda. But, you just got to learn that. You just got to study that. With this shit, you can see the emblems on the fucking caskets. You don't even have to do much work. This is remedial understanding. The goddamn emblems are sitting there for you to understand. I mean, just incredible. And the other day on the live stream, I covered how I showed you video of U.S. Javelin missiles and shit, the missiles and grenade launchers and stuff that we're sending and helping buy for Ukraine. I showed you video of it being sold on the black market out of the back of a goddamn truck, because that's where our money and weapons is going. It's going partially to the black market, going to terrorists, being bought for $20,000, which is nothing on the black market. And that's where your student debt is. Student debt forgiveness. That's where your fucking MRI you couldn't afford. That's where that money went. The U.S. could be covering that stuff. That's where when you were in public schools, and rather than serving you a legit lunch, they gave you ketchup packets and meats that was ground up rats from the back, ground up raccoon and a possum in a taco called a Salisbury steak, Salisbury mystery meat. Public schools where it was, I went to public schools. It was, 50 kids to a classroom. We had books that went out of date in 1937. And all that money that could make those high-tech, awesome schools, That money, that's going to missiles and grenade launchers to be sold to terrorists for $20,000 on the black market. That's where that's going. So thank our U.S. government, both sides of the aisle.